Hello everyone, welcome to episode 6 of Dragon Ball Xenoverse. In the last episode, we've entered the android Saga just to help future Trunks from being annihilated by the androids. Also, there were a couple of changes in the timeline that we haven't noticed. Towa appeared out of nowhere and told us about another change that was still affecting the future Trunks' timeline. We saw this creepy guy with red hair who gave us part of his dark aura, and then he transported Cyanne to the area where we encountered possessed Cell. You're probably wondering why I haven't posted another episode of Dragon Ball Xenoverse for a while. Well, it's because I was pretty occupied by some other stuff that I have to do, and I haven't got time to work on another episode of Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Man, it's not easy being a creative person, and it's been a while since I posted a Dragon Ball Xenoverse video. There's another playthrough I want to work on as well, but I'm not going to reveal it just yet because I have to finish Dragon Ball Xenoverse and Tekken 6 first. Well, enough chit chat. We're going to enter the Cell Saga, and yes, I'm doing this in a chronological order just like in the anime. So without further ado, let's go! After becoming a perfect organism, Cell opens the Cell games, putting all of humanity on the line. Goku, Gohan, Vegeta, and the rest of the fighters gather at the arena after training in the hyperbolic time chamber. But Hercule, the world champion of martial arts, appears and challenges Cell to a fight. Trunks informs you that Hercule must not die.
No, it wasn't supposed to. So, you refuse to show off your power. That's too bad.
That's insane! That crazy Cell just killed Gohan! Well, we all know what to do. History is changing and we have to revert them back to their original timelines.
Now, what's that for? I almost had it. Cell was already saying his prayers. Hey, stop showing me up. No matter what, we can't let Hercule die. So please, try to defend us. I don't need your help. I can do this on my own.
Who is that? Oh, what a nice person. Save that idiot and everything.
Alright, in this level, let me introduce you to one of the annoying missions in Dragon Ball Xenoverse, which is the escort mission. During an escort mission, you have to make sure that the person who is chosen to be an escort cannot die at all. If that escort character dies in a mission/level, you will fail. It doesn't matter how much health your own character has, but you have to be very careful when you're playing through those types of missions. The worst part about the escort missions is that you won't be able to replenish health or status healing items to escort characters. Or character if there is just one of them. Parallel quests have escort missions as well, but I kinda have some thoughts about the parallel quests, but
Finish!
yeah. I wanted to record the parallel quests, but I'd rather not because of how annoying they are. I'll explain why when we reach the conclusion of the episode, but first, we have to deal with Cell. Cell is not really much of a threat here. Well, not like when he had super armor because he was possessed. All he can do is that he can launch his Kamehameha wave, well, his perfect Kamehameha wave at a distance. He can shoot Ki Blast, he can create a shock wave that pushes foes away, and last, he can knock foes away with his barrier. So, this fight is pretty much easy at first, but wait until you enter the second level of this chapter. Then things will turn out to be very annoying, very aggravating. Well, they're pretty much the same, but you know what I mean. Hercule easily lost the Cell. Hercule is then engulfed in an evil Ki. Mira was controlling Hercule to interrupt Goku and Cell's fight in order to change history.
It's time to finish it. Be quiet. Ow!
Oh, great. He's still alive. Next up is...
What in the heck are you? Stop getting in my way!
What?
All of you, stop interfering with me! You hear?
What? No way. What's going on? There's no way Hercule can fly. This must be the doing of Mira.
You know what? I'm just gonna talk over this conversation because I'm not gonna wait until they finish the dialogue. So, if you haven't upgraded your custom character like you're supposed to, then this level would have been a lot troublesome for you. Right now, we have to knock some sense into Hercule. In his possessed form, he's like an annoying Z-warrior with unexpected powers. Whenever you try to pummel him with your attacks, he constantly uses an evasive skill that pushes you away. Sometimes he blocks your attacks, so you have to rely on either throws, super attacks, or ultimate attacks in order to break his guard. Possessed Hercule has stamina too, but I'm glad that he doesn't have armor in his level. Not like Possessed Cell in the Android Saga. One more thing, if Goku dies in this level, then Cell will come after you, which is actually the aggravating thing I was talking about along with Possessed Hercule being a pushover. You can fight Cell, but you're gonna waste time if you do that. Plus, Hercule will interrupt you by flying in close and then attack you. Your mission is to KO Hercule, not Cell.
Finish! How cool is that? What a ruckus! Keep that up.
After stopping Hercule, the fight goes on according to history, but Cell is seen with the same evil Ki. Not only that, but Hercule also stands up again.
close by. A lot of power is being sent to it. Stall Hercule a while longer, please. I'll go try to find him.
Okay, this is the second time you fight against possessed Hercule, and once again, I'm glad that he doesn't have super armor that prevents him from flinching. Just like before, you need to hurry up and KO Hercule before Cell kills Gohan. Don't worry about Gohan, he can take care of Cell, just like in the anime.
Yeah, look how strong you really are. That's it. Whoa. It's your turn, son.
What? What? That fool? What does he say? Is he trying to get his own son killed? Oh, you're joking. Of all the people, you choose Gohan.
You can do it, Gohan. Me against Cell?
Beat it.
You can take him, Gohan. Beat him and bring peace back to our world. You want to grow up to be a scholar, right? All right. I'll try.
What you just saw earlier was possessed Hercule's ultimate attack. I'll call it the Dark Aura Sphere. Any possessed character in Dragon Ball Xenoverse can use this attack. It's a slight homing attack that surrounds the user and then chases you in slow speed. If you approach to it, you'll take a severe amount of damage. Well, the damage input depends on the amount of health your custom character has. For example, if your character is very bulky with a lot of health and defense and resistance, or whatever it is that your character has, the attributes or something like that, you'll receive nearly a quarter of damage. Normally you can withstand this attack once at a recommended level, but the Dark Aura Sphere is easily avoidable, so just fly away from it for about 10 seconds and it'll subside.
Finish! You really shouldn't get a big head over that.
Goku stops fighting and forfeits the match with Cell. He appoints Gohan to be the next to fight, but having a kind heart, Gohan refuses to fight at full power. In order to bring out his power, Cell spawns several Cell Jrs to attack the other warriors. Mira's evil key has made the Cell Jrs here stronger too.
That strange energy that filled with Hercule is completely gone. And now, can't get up anymore.
And it's your turn.
What?
Damn it!
Son, they're stronger than they're supposed to be. Please. You have to protect everyone. Be careful. These guys are incredibly strong.
I'm sorry. You simply cannot win. Sure, it looks like Goku's kid looks like he's starting to puff himself up. Excellent. It's finally defeated your anger. Now show your true strength, or you'll never have your revenge. Vegeta and his annoying little brat trunks are evenly matched, and Goku is completely exhausted and in serious danger.
I'm sorry. It wasn't supposed to be like this. Everyone's gonna die. If I really do have the power in me, then I have to figure out a way to bring it out. But the problem is, I don't have any idea how to do that.
What? Cell has his own children? That's weird. They look like mini-me's of Cell. But anyway, the Cell Jrs aren't much of a threat, so you can just KO them easily with your attacks. In the anime, Teen Gohan unleashes his full power and then destroys these Cell Jrs with just one hand. He has all the power to compete with Cell because of his full potential, and after he took care of those Cell Jrs, he beat the snot out of Cell. And because of that, Cell vomits Android 18 and then reverts into his second form with the weird lips. However, Cell lost his mind by transforming himself into a time bomb that can destroy the entire planet. That's actually his trump card. So Goku steps in, says goodbye to Gohan, and then uses instant transmission to teleport himself along with Puffed Up Cell into King Kai's planet. Because, well, he didn't know what to do with it at first. So he decided to instant transmission himself into the one place he already knows. And that's how King Kai and Goku died, because of Cell's trump card explosion. But unfortunately, Cell can regenerate himself with Piccolo's cells, and now Gohan is the only one that can stop Cell. Yep, Cell just regenerates himself and then teleports back to Earth, and now he's gonna get the job done just by destroying Gohan and the rest of the people throughout the entire planet. And now the planet is doomed. That is until you've seen the climax of Gohan battling against Cell. Speaking of Gohan, you just saw someone carrying a magic stick that can shoot a string of darkness at anyone. You just saw Gohan being possessed from that string of darkness. His strength increases immensely, but with dark power as an added bonus. Gohan wasn't supposed to utilize this dark power against Cell. But don't worry about Gohan right now, just hurry up and defeat the Cell Jrs.
Finish! You really shouldn't get a big head over that.
Gohan awakens his power within and ascends to Super Saiyan 2. In the next instant, all of the Cell Jrs are defeated. However, his awakening was caused by an evil key. Gohan is being consumed by his evil force, and in order to save him and prevent a disruption in history, you take on Mira and Towa.
Nothing seems to be going our way. I wonder, is that Goku's son? You again, huh? So annoying.
He barely lifted a finger, and yet I can sense his energy.
I think it's time to harvest. Your energy will be ours.
There will be some spelling, grammar, and dialogue errors in this game, so look out for them, especially in parallel quests. Also, can I just point this out real quick? Cyanne is a girl, and they mistaken her as a guy. Here's my theory about this confusion. During the development of Dragon Ball Xenoverse, the default character was a guy. I believe that's what Towa and Mira are referring to, but did you guys forget that you have the option to just select genders in Dragon Ball Xenoverse? Come on you guys, it can't be just the man who does most of the fighting all the time. The women have to enter the fray as well. Okay, enough said, let's return to the game.
You won't have your way!
Your trunks? What are you doing here?
We are the Time Agents, the defenders of time. And we've come here to stop.
I see. You come from a different historical moment.
Hercule and Gohan are being strained, and you're the cause of it. Why? Why are you doing this?
Let's just say it's a bit of an experiment for our future.
Experiment? That's insane!
No, it's not. How rude. Are you suggesting that scientists shouldn't perform experiments?
These guys, they're outside the flow of time. So fighting them won't affect our history. I'll fight with you.
I just had a great idea. Mira, can you take care of this?
Hey, where you going? You want to fight us on your own? Do not disappoint me.
Here's another escort level. You need to defeat Mira in order to progress through the story. If you or Trunks die in this level, you have to retry this chapter over again. As for Towa, well, you're not going to fight her at all until the second game of Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Mira works the same way as he was back in Namek, but his difficulties increases slightly. His only threatening attack was his lightning fast Shadow Ball. The move may have a slow startup with a fast shooting range, but you can either avoid it or block it. And that's it. If you're having trouble with any of the chapters, be sure to bring some recovering capsules with you. Remember, any exclusive teammates in certain chapters and quests will not be affected by your recovering capsules, so be careful.
Finish! Wow! You really are awesome!
Mira withstands you and Trunks' attacks, but with Towa's Q, they disappear. Cell seems to have been defeated, but he has come back powered up.
He's still hiding some of his full power.
I'm here, Mira. That'll be all. Let's retreat for today.
What's wrong, Gohan? Oh, I'm sorry. Are you scared at my return?
We're done here. This is going to be most interesting.
We'll have to settle it later.
Bye.
Damn, they got away. So tell me, what happened to Gohan? We should probably go back. Returning to help for the near-death experience has only made me even more powerful. What's so funny? Have you gone insane?
That's right. Killed my father. I'm happy that I can avenge him. That's why I want to kill you with my own hands.
What happened to Gohan? All of a sudden, it must be here. Gohan's power is dropping back. Please help Gohan. You must defeat Cell.
Alright, we've come this close to defeating Cell, and now we can help Gohan. All we have to do is KO Cell and then the chapter's over. Don't underestimate Cell's attacks because he hits very hard, especially with his perfect Kamehameha wave. He also has his close ranged attacks that can push you away, including his barrier. So you need to keep your distance and charge up your ki, and then you can unleash your powerful attacks. Also, you need to distract Cell in order to protect Gohan. Distant attacks are very useful here, in case you're having a hard time dealing damage at close range. Whatever works for you is fine, as long as you can survive this battle. Oh, I almost forgot. This Cell has super armor, so you're just gonna have to break it until he takes damage.
Impossible! How can I? He did it! Yes! Yes, I did it!
Yamcha, you didn't really do anything, so shut up. No offense for the Yamcha fans out there.
Amazing. He actually pulled it off. He won!
And that concludes episode 6 of Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Now I can explain why I refused to post parallel quests, even though I completed them off screen. I wouldn't mind a difficult challenge, but I just hate how the requirements were instructed. There are some rewards that you can unlock in a certain condition, such as clothing and new attacks/abilities, but this mechanic works like a gacha game on a phone. I heard that someone spent about an hour trying to attain that certain move or clothing item in a certain parallel quest. For example, if you want a pressure sign attack for a character, you have to defeat Super Vegito numerous times in the same parallel quest, until you finally obtain that move from him. What's worse is that this condition is completely random, whether you obtain the pressure sign move or you don't. That's stupid! I honestly don't know what the developers were thinking when they programmed this mechanic in a game, and I really don't want to suffer through all of this malarkey. You'll be completely exhausted when you play the same parallel quest about 15 to 25 times, and you still haven't obtained the move that you wanted. It's completely unacceptable, and this shenanigan might force you to break your controller. Do you know what's even worse than that? There are a few parallel quests that are stupid hard, especially when you're trying to obtain a certain move in that particular quest. You need a custom Saiyan character just to complete these stupid hard quests. That right there ties within another thing that I hate, which is the character roster and their attacks. You have all those unique characters in the roster, including the custom characters like Namekian, the Frieza race, the Earthlings, but you couldn't use them because their attacks aren't very helpful at all. For example, I wanted to use Gogeta in some of the quests, but I couldn't because his moveset is terrible. So overall, this game emphasizes on your custom character instead of the other characters. And believe me, if your custom character is a Saiyan, then you'll have an easier time with these parallel quests. The rest, well, I don't know what to tell you. But at least the game awards you by creating more characters after you beat the game. But that doesn't solve the issue of whether you randomly obtain a certain move or a clothing item in a certain parallel quest. I like beating up characters in side missions, but it's not fun if you're forced to spend hours trying to chase after something that you wanted. There's an achievement where you have to collect every single move in the entire game, including the ones that can't be obtained in another certain condition. I'm surprised that Dragon Ball Xenoverse has replay value, whether it's good or bad, but I'll save my final results at the end of this Let's Play. So, in the next episode, we'll tackle the most iconic saga ever existed in Dragon Ball history, and that is the Majin Buu Saga. I can't wait for this one in episode 7. Before you enter the Majin Buu Saga, and I'll continue to remind you about this in the future levels, make sure your custom character is upgraded at a recommended level. You have to do some grinding and parallel quests. Well, there you go, there's your positive comment on parallel quests. At least the game rewards you with experience, and that's a good thing. There are plenty of pros and cons in this game that you have to be aware of, but it is what it is. Alright then, I'll see you guys later.